A few weeks back on the Business Owners Corner, I talked a little bit about the value gap. And a few weeks before that, we talked about the wealth gap. The value gap is the difference in EBITDA multiple of best in class businesses compared to what your business is worth. And so if your business is worth 5 times earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, amortization, or cash flow, it's a pretty good proxy for it. But the best businesses with the same amount of cash flow, the same amount of sales are worth 7 or 8 times EBITDA. Well, why is the best in class business worth more than yours? You can figure out why that is. It could be customer agreements, it could be employee contracts, it could be a number of different things. Then we talked a little bit about the wealth gap, the difference between what you need to live comfortably for the rest of your life and what you have to your name, including the value of your business. And if you go to sell your business, what are you going to keep after taxes that contributes to that net worth? Well, today I want to talk about the third leg of this hypothetical three-legged stool, and that's the profit gap. So we talked about the wealth gap, we talked about the value gap. Today we're talking about the profit gap, and that's the difference in profitability and margins, again, when you compare your business to the best-in-class businesses. And so if we're talking about value gap, that's one way to evaluate what your business is worth. Well, what about margins? If you have a profit margin of 8 or 10%, meaning that every dollar of revenue that your company produces, 10% or 10 cents falls to the bottom line that you as the owner are entitled to keep or reinvest or do whatever you want with, well, maybe the best in class businesses in the industry have a profit margin of 15 or 18 or even 20%. Why is that? The profit gap is the difference between your business and best in class businesses in terms of these of profitability. And the whole idea behind the exercise is to compare the two and understand why those differences exist. Because at the end of the day, if you're trying to be a good steward of business equity, grow the value of what you have to improve your own wealth, you can get these three things going simultaneously. Because guess what? If you do something in your business operations to improve margins and profitability, that might actually increase the multiple in and of itself. But if you do other things, change the customer contracts around, change the employee contracts around to command a higher multiple of cash flow in the marketplace, and the cash flow itself is going up because you've just increased margins, you have two things going on simultaneously that are going to drive value in your business and help you economically down the road. That's the idea of this three-legged stool. So we talked about wealth gap, we talked about value gap. Today we're talking about profit gap. Compare the industry leaders in terms of margins against what your business is doing and understand why their margins might be better than yours and what you could do to firm them up and expand them over time. That's the idea. And when you get all three legs of the stool going simultaneously, it's a powerful driver to build value in your business.